Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, X7, your agent of interdimensional awesome, and the host of Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters. Today, we are going to be looking at the 1951 screwball comedy Rhubarb. It's about a cat, and since your humble agent does enjoy cats quite a bit, some have called him a crazy cat man, it'll work. But you know what to do before we get too much further into it. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Have you seen this? Have you ever had a ginger cat? One shared brain cell. Well, I had a female ginger cat, and she's a little smarter than that. But if you're ready, let's get on with the show. You did indeed see the title credits right away, which is a good thing. This copy came from the Internet Archive, and there's that white line at the bottom. I hope you can ignore it. It's kind of hard for your humble agent to do so, but we'll get through right there. Rhubarb, and there he is. Rhubarb. Now that is Orangey the cat, who we've seen already in, the movie Village of the Giants. Orangey's also in not The Day the Earth Stood Still, but This Island Earth, The Incredible Shrinking Man, The Diary of Anne Frank, Visit to a Small Planet Called Clementine, Breakfast at Tiffany's, I think I've heard of that, Gijot, I don't know, The Comedy of Terrors, and of course, at least this one's the acclaimed last one, 1965. That's a 14-year-old cat minimum because he's full grown here. Giant Cat in Village of the Giants. Television as Gilligan's Island, Dick Van Dyke Show, Beverly Hillbillies as Rusty and Cat. My Favorite Martian, Mission Impossible, and Batman. I wonder who he worked with there as Cat. So it had to be multiple ginger cats, because as we'll see in this movie, be that as it may, let's scroll along here. Special arrangement, YMCA, the MPLA, the IRA. Well, I thought it was the UK. Yes, I can get a Sex Pistols reference into a 1951 movie. Arthur Lubin directed it. The movie was released... Oops, that's orangey still. There we go. August 30th, 1951. It runs 94 minutes. The box office was for 1,450,000. It's pretty fun. It could be a tidge shorter, but I mean, it's 94 minutes for a screwball comedy. Seems to be a little long to me. Anyway, Orangey beats up dogs. He's tough. So he lives here on the green, on a golf course, and collects golf balls rolling around. And while he's doing that, TJ Banner there, TJ was also what I called my orange cat, Thuvia Jane. And he's like, that cat's got the right attitude. Let's get him. And look, it's Fred Mertz. Fred is playing, William Frawley is playing Lynn Sickles. And his daughter is top-billed Jan Sterling as Polly Stickles. We know most of these people. Well, go look them up. So he tells Fred Fred's is the coach of his team, the Brooklyn Loons. And there's his right-hand man. That would be Eric Yeager, played by Ray Milland. The man with X-ray eyes, and Academy Award winner Ray Milland. Let's see. Not too shabby there. Yeah, I didn't realize he was such a good-looking guy in 1951, because all I remember was from X. Oddly enough, there's Rhubarb. He hasn't got a name yet. He's just that darn cat. Go get him. They release a German Shepherd after him. They're watching. And then we see Orangey chasing the dog. So poor old Eric has to go chasing this cat who is mean because he's feral. He doesn't want to be caught. He's having a good time. He's living on a golf course. He's got sand traps everywhere. Sand trap, sandbox. What's the difference? Another orange cat said that. Let me know in the comments if you know who it was. I'll give you a hint. He's a famous orange. He's probably the most famous orange cat, and he's not Heathcliff. He tears up Bull Eric's arm and his butterfly net, and they build a better cat trap. And they just open it up, and he walks right in. He's like, "Look, Old TJ's playing with his baseball team on a strange little board there. They let him out. Orangey scratches TJ. He's like, that's the kind of attitude. He jumps on the chandelier. So he's shredded. They had to get Bactine all over the place. There is TJ's unpleasant and athletic Myra Banner. That's his daughter. She's got a trainer up there. The Doom, played by Jim Howard, is the butler. Says, calls him vitamin A and vitamin B. And she's like, don't bring that horrid thing in here. And then has to go rescue her trainer. So, and then the guy tames Rhubarb right away, comes up with the name, because a Rhubarb is a dust up, a pure sixer, if you will, baby. I can't do a good Gordon Soley, but he's my favorite announcer. There he is, good looking cat. And then we get a montage a year later. Happy birthday, he eats cake. And then finally, it's several years later, and TJ is passing, and he loves that little thing and this cat is the most mellow thing. I hope the ASPCA was involved to make sure the cat wasn't harmed, because there's some scenes here that are questionable. Pictures of him, and then he passes away. It doesn't say what day it was. 3 cents. What does it cost? 3 cents? 5 cents? There's old. Well, I'm going to call him Fred the whole time, because what the heck. Myra's thinking she gets all the money and she's going to kick everybody out. But surprise, 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 TJ leaves it to the cat. So here's the cat is generally the MacGuffin. And he's trying to, Fred is just hilarious. And this was before he was Fred, I think. I'm not the biggest Lucy fan, though. And that is his daughter, Polly. That's Jan Sterling herself, there to be engaged. And Eric is now Rhubarb's guardian. So he's in charge of keeping the cat happy. And the cat owns everything. The cat does not like Myra. Myra storms off, but still lives in the house. Do you see something coming up here that might be problematic? These two are engaged and they want him to get married. She sneezes and they don't cry. So guess what? You can figure this one out too. Mile away. Cat gets banner millions. We get a lot of these headlines to progress the plot. Doom has a baseball bat to fend off the press. And there Polly is there. The team, the Loons, don't want to play they're all going to quit the team. Like, they'll just hire more players. And they're like, we don't want to be owned by a cat. But then he realizes these bunch of they call them bat heads. Which to me says you've got a bat for a flying bat for a head of a flying mammal, but they meant bat like they're all wooden heads. You know what that means. But he calls them superstitious screwballs, and as you know, athletes tend to be. So they have a thing here, and we're about to see a clip of this because you know who that man right there is? He's very logical. So we're going to see a clip of this. It's very funny how he tricks him by introducing him to a cat. And then there he is again. I tried to get most of them. He does have one line. And that's what we're going to look for. So stay tuned.
An awful choosy one, though, about people, I mean. If he likes you, fine. But if he doesn't, look out.
I got a hunch you let me pat him.
Well, it's your hand, Shorty.
Hi, Rhubarb boy. I really didn't mind about you owning the club. We're not like some of the rest of them, anyhow.
Michael McGoik. You mean McGurk? That's what I said, McGoik.
Say,
They don't have to like me that much.
me either.
What would he do if he didn't like you?
Oh, excuse me, Eric. May I interrupt a moment?
Hello, John. Glad to see you.
Hey, it ain't payday, is
What
it?
brings you here?
Well, I've got a present for a couple of the boys. Accounting made a mistake in their withholding last year. Held out too much.
Oh.
But it wasn't turned over to Uncle Sam, so, Michael McGurk.
That's me.
Oh, here you are, Mike. And,
Hold it, boys. Hold it. I don't know about this luck business. I think that this is something you should all think about very carefully.
Now, what's to think about? Ain't we got proof? Look.
Wait a minute.
Rhubarb will be at the game tomorrow, won't he, Eric?
Of course, that's where the luck comes in.
How about it, Jaeger?
Sure, Rhubarb will be at the game.
Well, how about that, Eric?
If you're thinking there might have been a little judicious editing there was, but just wanted to see that's young 20-year-old Leonard Nimoy himself being very logical about cats and being a baseball player. All right, they're all happy. Everyone's happy. They've tricked them, thinking the cat's lucky now. Big old smooch, happy kitty. And she's going to see the, what do you call those people that look at the allergist, maybe? That's Dr. Henry J. Stillman. They're trying to figure it out. She can get shots, which are expensive. I mean, they got $90 million. That was what the cat inherited. And even Myra got $6,000 a month for nothing. I mean, back in 1951, you could probably live pretty comfortably, but she wants it all because she's greedy. Be that as it may, he's like, aw. So, first game with the cat. And they're the St. Louis, I don't know, Bulldogs, I guess. No, he's not a bulldog. He's a pit bull. But Shorty goes to pet him, gets a, what do you call that? A base hit. And now we've got on the old television there, the Friendly Finance Company. And Dud, who's the guy that doesn't like the cat, won't pet him. Big old rhubarb happens when the dog gets free, the cat gets free, everyone runs in, so they score 2 runs, something. Slide safe, and then they have a rhubarb about that. The cat's a member of the team because he's, it counts as a man. He's a 10th man on the field. Your dog's on the field. The dog's not a member. It's funny. It's a screwball comedy. It's supposed to be silly. And there's what it looks like on that giant screen television of 1951. And now it is time for intermission. You are watching Zenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters on KXNO, part of the Zenorama Broadcasting Network. We now return you to our regularly scheduled program. Everything gets straightened out. They have to do it all over again. They just wipe it clean. So they rule his hit as a foul ball, so it's a strike. So he's got 2 strikes. And Dud goes over and makes up with Rhubarb, and he wallops a homer. And everyone, they're all cheering. So this is Sheep Dip, Chase It, Scat Cat, Dan D Disinfected, because they think she's allergic to rhubarb instead of his dander. So give the cat a bath. Well, geez, that's a big old orange boy. So I doubt any of those things really worked. But there they go. They leave the cat and Myra in the same house. So she's going to kill the cat. So she's on my enemies list. He doesn't like her. Like he's even got all freckles on his gums. Fortunately, Eric forgot the ring and tells her to get out of the house by tomorrow or he'll forcibly remove her. Then he has to call and say, this is why I haven't got to the justice of the peace. And he's like, we'll figure something out. And she and her dad have a chat and they decide not to get married so that he can keep going. And now he's got a little Miss Cat there who's a big fan. He's like, oh, thanks. Rhubarbs. Then they changed the name to they're not the Loons anymore. They're the Rhubarbs. Take to road for 18 games. Yeah. And it's funny to think because they're playing for the pennant. There's not a World Series yet. There's not even, I don't even think the AFL is not around. So, I mean, football is still bush leagues compared to baseball. This was America's pastime. You could only watch on tiny screens, so maybe it wasn't so boring. They miss each other. He's loaded. Rhubarb's like, dude, you're making a mockery of yourself. They try to get married again. The team shows up, and then they have to go cancel the wedding again. So it's a running joke that the wedding keeps getting canceled. Yeah. And then Eric gets served because Myra's saying, and her lawyer are saying, her shyster are saying that Rhubarb's actually dead and he's been substitute. So then they bring out the Myra's attorney there brings out 3 other orange cats who look exactly like. I mean, they all look almost identical. And with black and white, you wouldn't know if they weren't because you know your own cat. And Rhubarb, like I saw on the cover, only had one eye. In the movie, he's got both eyes because really, nobody was going to allow you to put a cat's eye out to make it a star. That would have been a little more difficult to tell if it was. Maybe he's just winking. I haven't read the book. There's a book. I should look that up. So there they are. Can you tell them apart? And they're like, the judge says, well, I can't allow this evidence. I'll give you 48 hours to figure out a way to do it. And Polly just realizes she's allergic to rhubarb. They just figured it out. And, well, actually, she petted another cat and they figure out it's just rhubarb. So that's interesting. I've never heard of that. So then they show her all three cats, no sneezes, bring up old rhubarb, and she has an attack. The defense says no, they put pepper on him or an onion, but the judge smells him and rightful owner, that's rhubarb. So and they're giving money to charity because Myra wouldn't do that. Look at him, bring on New York. So they're going New York, or it's Brooklyn and Manhattan in the series for the pennant. Oh, that says Rhubarb's caught pennant. So maybe it is the World Series. I don't know or care enough about baseball. But if you want to elucidate me, please leave a comment. So they're going to get married again or something. She's trying to figure out what's causing her allergy. If it's not rhubarb, it's something he sleeps in. It might be in the house that he's running around in. And Doom there calls his bookie. Bookie goes and tells all this, and it's Pencil Dude. I don't remember. It doesn't give him a name, but Pencil, right there, right there here, with smoking his stogie, and so now they got to get rid of. They're plotting to get rid of Rhubarb because he keeps winning. And the Barbs take two. Second game, 7-3. Bookie shows up to give him some money while they're getting married or supposed to be getting married. And he's like, no, Rhubarb got out. They go and search Myra's place. She still wants to kill the cat. Polly should have decked her. All APB for Rhubarb because, Brooklyn loves him. But unfortunately, old pencil gangster here has got him in Manhattan. And he says, instead of killing the cat, let's make someone pay for him. He wants $50,000 for the cat. She's like, I don't have that. He's like, well, you don't get the cat until you do. Rhubarb feared catnapped. They find one of them because she sneezes. Rhubarb's still missing. Weather Bureau, they wanted to rain out the final game. And then they have a plan. Dry ice, they're going to seed the clouds and make it rain. And they do, and it rains right over the stadium. So again, screwball comedy, anything goes. And Fred is, I'm not worthy. Look for Rhubarb. So they're up in Manhattan looking around for him. They finally find the bookie's old pencil neck's place. She sneezes, and they barge in and find Myra there, and a fight breaks out. The only fight, he slugs the pencil neck twice and leaves him there. He tells him where the cat is. There's Rhubarb being held by a chain. See, an old chain on him. And he gets away because the cat. This is the smartest orange cat. This is where all the orange cat brain cells went, is to Orangey and Rhubarb. And he sneaks out. He jumps up on a chair and out the, what do you call those windows? Well, anyway, and he runs out and he just escapes. They're chasing him. Oh, actually, he doesn't escape. He escapes now, and the bad guys pull him over, but Pencil Neck gets caught along with his cohorts. And Rhubarb is running the 11 miles from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Now, maybe the ballparks are closer where they are. Maybe it wasn't 11 miles, but he's running to the ballpark, and there he is. Spider Cat does whatever a spider cat does. Rhubarb has been spotted, and a rousing cheer goes up. Yatta! Suddenly, the Brooklyn Barbs decide they want to play again. It's 2-0, but now it's 6-0 with another montage. We win! And our final scene here is our happy loving couple is married because they figured out it was that old, TJ's old Angora sweater or whatever it was that Rhubarb like to sleep in. It makes him happy. But they've got kids, and we see a bunch of little kittens running by. I mean, like bunches of kittens. And the onlooker says he's got that many kids from 3 wives. What a cat! What a cat! What a cat! One would hope that they'd have fixed him after that, because, responsible cat parents. But that is the end, with a nice statue of Rhubarb there, the cat who saved Brooklyn, or something. And that's the movie. And it's time to say goodnight, as Gumby would say. Oh, that's not Gumby, that's something else. But I really enjoyed this. I do think if it was about 85 minutes, just trimmed it up a little bit, but it doesn't waste too much time. And it's a movie about a cat that owns a baseball team. It's probably one of the few, well, when I review The Sandlot, that'll be another baseball movie, but not many baseball movies here because baseball. I will talk about George Carlin and the way he discusses football and baseball, though. Wait for that. All right, my fellow agents, tomorrow we will be doing a toy review. And you might know what that toy is just by looking at this. It's one of my favorites, and I'm looking forward to that. So until that next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. And remember, finickiness is next to godliness, per Morris the Cat. Be seeing you.
This is a creature from the lost world, a creature created by you. With Mattel's strange change machine, you turn time capsules into weird creatures. You control the compression chamber, which turns these creatures back into capsule. Be the creator of a lost world with Mattel's strange change machine.